Alright, what's going on guys? It's Almond. Welcome back to another Wizard101 video. In today's video, I want to go over a thing that I did within like the past couple of weeks, and it was a race between my mod and it was fun. It was actually initially supposed to be a 2v2, but it was basically a race to 140 and to finish the game. That was like the initial plan. We did not include Grizzleheim and we did not include Wisteria. Wisteria being a side world that you don't really need to do at all, in my opinion, because you don't even need the training point. You're at the end of the game, you're still left with so many training points, and there's really nothing that you really need to train into unless you're doing PvP. Then you have a whole different scenario. But for the PvE aspect, you don't need to have extra training points. Like, you don't need to worry about them, but that's just a completionist standpoint. But we did include Grizzleheim because we wanted to focus on the main story, and Grizzleheim, you do get spells and stuff like that, but it's not really focused on the quote-unquote main story, so we just didn't include those. It was a really fun concept that we had, and I want to just condense it down into this one video and explain how I went from a level 1 and all the way to 140 in like a week. It's kind of insane. I can probably even go quicker than I did. I kind of took roughly about eight days, but that's like continuously grinding, and one of the days I took like a break essentially, so it could have been quicker, and that's not my fault for not being as quick or as efficient. But initially, this was a 2v2. It was actually me and one of my other friends slash mods, Dayan, versus Ant, which is, you know, the whole scenario behind, and my other moderator, Hannah. So it was initially a 2v2. Dayan actually quit early game. Reason being is because, you know, he had other stuff to worry about. So it was just essentially 1v2 at that point. And then, you know, to even the odds, we did a 2v2. But I got another replacement, so someone else actually helped me out through the questing, and slowly but surely Hannah fell off. She didn't, you know, she just gave up. So it was basically me and Ant, and we were both allowed one person to help quest us or help quest with us, any level, doesn't matter. And, you know, we put in the work, we quested a lot, and it was fun. Some things to note. You're probably wondering, like, what are the setups, what's the best route, what's the best strategies for some stuff. Just note, in Mushu there's some dungeons where you can just completely leave. I don't have footage of all the streams, but I mainly have the footage from the beginning and the end, so you guys will see the ending towards the end of the video of what I said during the stream and how the stream was. So I do want to include that towards the end. During Mushu, you guys can skip like 90% of the dungeons, because they don't require you to do some fights, and, you know, we can just do some skipping. And I knew some techniques behind that because I've been playing and I know a lot about Mushu, so I knew some strategies behind that, and I knew some other strategies as well. But definitely when you're starting off, I highly recommend that don't buy Crown's gear. You don't need to buy Crown's gear. You can definitely get away with using Bazaar gear as always, and you don't need to. Like, I generally didn't have anything. The only thing I did was stitch weapons, or stitch my gear essentially for this, and reason being is because I like having stitch gear. So, and I didn't want to rock some basic outfit, so I enjoyed having my stitch for the beginning and towards the end, something I enjoyed. So I guess around level 30, we do have like the grinding phase where we actually did Aquila, meaning we did the Zeus dungeon. And then in the Zeus dungeon, you can actually kill Ares, and he gives you the wand, which this wand, in my opinion, can last you all the way like level 110, because of how crit works and everything like that. It's a really good wand. It gives you power pip, 10% damage, universal, so amazing. And it's just useful for what it is. So we use that wand all the way towards the end. Gear wise, we just wanted to do like maybe 2 runs or so. So we did get like Zeus gear. I got lucky and I got the Zeus hat, I believe, but the rest of my gear was Senator. I would definitely go for like Senator gear at the beginning. It really comes in clutch, but if you are questing with somebody, you don't have to worry about it too much. So those are like the initial things that you have to worry about. And also, every so often, every like 5-10 levels, be sure to check the bazaar for a better Athame / ring. I wouldn't worry so much about the amulet. If you can get the feint amulet, you're basically set, because that's another feint you can stack on a boss. But when it comes to Athame and ring, definitely check the bazaar every couple, like 5-10 levels, to get an upgraded one that gives you more health, more mana. Around level 56, /60, etc., you are going to be switching your theme to and ring to something that might actually last you all the way to level 90, and it's usually the bear amulet, or not the bear amulet, the bear theme / ring. Definitely get those. You can even get one of them from the vendors in Grizzleheim, but since you are not doing Grizzleheim, I would definitely have someone that you can contact to actually go to the Grizzleheim vendor, buy it, and then sell it at the bazaar so you can actually use it. And sometimes they're even in the bazaar, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. Same thing, like I said, for the amulet, you still are going to be rocking your feint. I personally use Dark Pact because you are going to be fighting some mobs that do have weaknesses that do spam them quite often, and I think Dark Pact actually comes in clutch in certain scenarios, so I usually rock that. But feint is always a personal favorite as well. Deck setup as well, those you can check every so often. I wouldn't worry about deck setup too much. It's been quite simple. You don't need to like have overstacked cards for no reason. It's usually like a couple enchants, a couple hits, a couple blades. It's always been that as a standard. We never use a full deck for PvE, or at least I haven't. The only time a scenario we use a full deck is when you're starting off as like a level 1 and using like the starter decks. Those types of scenarios I can completely understand because you're still learning the game, everything like that. But like around level 56 / above, I wouldn't worry about it too much. And when it comes to my gear around level 56 / 60, and the reason why I'm saying slash, you have the option. You can either do crafted gear, which I personally like to do, or you can farm waterworks, where you can get really good gear as well, which a lot of people farm for. I personally don't, because I feel like it took out time and I didn't want to waste time, because I kind of want to time myself as well and how fast I can finish Wizard101, and that's why I didn't do waterworks. I love having crafted gear, and I actually pre-crafted it ahead of time because I was ready for this race. So that's how sweaty I was. So we had that gear already set for me. We already had the theme and ring, like I said, and then you start rocking that Ares wand. So the crafted gear comes in clutch. You can get it from Winter Tusk, but like I said, since we don't have it unlocked, I crafted it on my other character and transferred it over. That was the strategy I went with, and it wasn't cheating because that was technically the plan. It was either do that or craft it or farm waterworks, and we didn't want to farm waterworks, so it was both of our decisions to actually go for crafted gear. It was a good decision because the crafted gear comes with item cards such as a blade, that type of stuff, and it comes in handy whenever you're doing stuff by yourself, if we needed to, because there are some fights that you have to do by yourself, and you know, for those reasons we want to be prepped and ready for those. Same thing as the deck, don't worry about it too much, and then your amulet isn't going to change really till like max level, so I wouldn't worry about that too much. But that's basically the setup for like the mid level and the beginning level. Towards that, you don't change your gear till Darkmoor. Darkmoor, we did a couple runs. Reason being is you do get a spell, and Lulu actually comes in clutch. And since you are having a team, it does come in handy. So we did like 1 or 2 runs of Malister, and I did get my spell obviously from finishing the quest, and I did get some downgraded Malister gear. So you know, it works. So that's what we did, and even the downgraded gear just works well with questing. From there, around 120, I'd say, you do eventually switch out the Ares wand, and the reason why is because in the bazaar you can get wands that do give damage and crit and a power pip, which will help out a lot, and will substitute that Ares wand for something like that. And the reason why I say that is because it gives the same, like probably almost the same amount of damage or even a little bit more, and you're getting free crit, so it's like, why not switch it out for something like that? Then once you reach around the higher levels, around 130, Dragoon gear, all that type of stuff, I didn't have, well, we didn't plan on farming for it. There was no reason to, but I did have a leftover Vanguard piece, and there was double reagents at the time, and I did have enough reagents to craft the Dragoon piece, the hat, and transferred it over to my mitts for questing purposes, which is a smart idea for me. And you know, we were allowed to use whatever resources we could, because at the end of the day it was just a 1v1 or a friendly 1v1 at the end of the day. So we enjoyed it. I finished it within a week. You know, it was something fun, it was something different, and I haven't done something like this because I knew I could quest the game quick, and the thing is I can go even quicker. And I know people are saying, Almond, what's the point of doing this? What's the point of you doing this in a week? I can just go do dungeons that give me XP, and I can take someone that's higher level, and they can just take me to all the dungeons in the game and just speed quest me to 1 through 90. In my opinion, I don't like that idea. It's, you know, everyone to their own, but to me, I really don't like this idea. Reason being is it's, yeah, at the end of the day, you're speed questing your character to 90, but you're still gonna be in Wizard City, so you're still gonna have to quest. So why do that when you can have somebody to actually quest you further, progress further, and level up at the same time, when it's gonna be the same thing? Instead, if you going through 1 through 90 is just gonna waste time. I really see that as inefficient. Just by going through all the dungeons in the game and someone just taking you just to get a level. I think that's a terrible thing to do. It's just a waste of time. Just literally have somebody quest you and you'll finish it quicker. But yeah, I've seen people tell me that all the time in my comment section slash Discord slash Twitch chat, all that type of stuff. And yeah, I've had a couple people come to my stream and just say that it's really inefficient in my opinion. But more than welcome if you guys want to do that. I just see, like, why not just quest at that point? You're gonna have to do everything eventually. So yeah, overall it was a fun video. Shout out to Ant and Hannah and Dan and obviously all the people that did help with this whole plan that we had situated. It was fun, and at the end of the day it was just a friendly 2v2 that turned into a 1v1. But I did get to experience the game at something at a rate that I wouldn't expect I would be doing on stream. So hopefully all those people that were in the stream enjoyed this. And it's probably new to the people on YouTube because I never talked about it on YouTube. It was because it was just an ongoing thing and I had no time to edit. And this video is kind of just like really out late. But I still wanted to upload it just to have as a memory on YouTube. So if you did like this, be sure to leave a comment below and, you know, let me know what other stuff you guys want to see me do on Wiz, or whether it be Pirate, because there will be some Pirate 101 videos soon, and you guys will see a certain Senor Spicy will be involved if you've been in my Twitch chats. So Senor Spicy will be involved and some other stuff coming soon, and I might be hosting an event soon on Wizard101, so be on the lookout for that. And there might be some crowns to give out. It wouldn't be a giveaway, but it's morely something that you guys have to farm for. I'll leave it as that. But I'll leave the clip of me ending off my myth race 140. So enjoy that. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to join Discord down below. Leave a like, comment, all that type of stuff. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.
In the future, I see ripples, currents of time thrown off as if by a massive beast jetting through the sea. And all of those waves crash upon you. You are the terminus, wizard. The shore between land and sea, between the spiral and beyond. What awaits you in those waters I cannot say. When I look past the crashing waves to glimpse the creature that made them, I see nothing.
There we go. Yo, one more quest. Nah, we're not gonna. It's not really main story. You don't have to do that quest for main story. We're done. Dude. I mean, we didn't consider it, bro. We said all the way to Caramel. I mean, unless Ant wants me to do it, but I'm calling it there. I think that's technically what we went based on. I mean, he already changed his Discord description to "Lost the Race" when it has Sag face next to it, bro. Dude, that race was long though. A lot of questing, and I haven't gotten as much sleep either. Nah, okay, so it was at Caramel, just making sure. You done? Yep. I officially beat this man with thick thighs, bro. I beat him.